We're at ILTACON 25. I'm with Melissa from
Cleary Gottlieb.
Exactly. And you're seconded there. You've got like this really cool role that I don't think a lot of people have. So can you just give us your origin story?
Yeah, for sure. So I am currently a fifth-year associate at Cleary Gottlieb. I'm in the tech transactions group in New York. And in the past month, I have been seconded to our innovation team in-house at Cleary, led by Ilona Logvinova. It's been really, really incredible. Such a shift in kind of getting to use my legal expertise, but seeing it from a business side of a law firm, which is really a huge unlock because I think a lot of associates don't really understand how legal operates as a business. And so getting to see that side in this new space at a really exciting time has been really, really incredible.
So did you have technical chops that kind of led you to this, or are you just radically curious?
I think it's a little bit of both. So I think what excited Ilona about me in particular was my specialty, my practice area is privacy and InfoSec. So I had been doing large-scale cross-border transactions for 5 years at the firm, really gaining an expertise in privacy law. And obviously when AI came into the picture, that kind of, the privacy professionals are really strapped with that responsibility as well. And so kind of have been in this space from the legal side since day zero, right? And so that's been really nice to kind of bring that expertise in where the legal field is going on some of these emerging technology issues, and now bringing them into the implementation side of how do you actually operationalize where the law is going on a lot of these things.
And on a day-to-day basis, what are you sandboxing? What is the organization sandboxing? And how do you, where do those two things intersect?
Yeah, we've got a lot of really great tools in the pipeline. Obviously, the partnership with Legora has been so incredible, having direct access to the engineers, and they've been such an incredible partnership for us. Really, credit to Ilona for seeing that so far in advance. The Springbok acquisition was obviously huge. That was kind of what piqued my interest at first. That was why I approached Ilona in the first place of, hey, what are you doing over here? This seems really interesting. Do you need some help? And that was kind of how our conversation started.
And that's the piece that I want to unlock for the audience today. You approached Ilona. So 1, when did you think of that? 2, how long did it take you to do it? 3, was that a courageous moment, or is that just your natural personality? For those that are listening, right? So those that are second year and third years and fifth years, it's like, wait a second, if I can do it, you can do it. How did that happen so that people don't feel alone when they've got to make this leap?
Yeah, I think I had, there's obviously still so much opportunity. The reason I picked privacy, and I think that's kind of helpful to how I got here, the reason I picked privacy in the first place was because I recognized really early on it was a place where, lawyers in the law firm that I was entering have years and years of expertise. They understand process, they understand client priorities, they understand business strategies. But privacy law was brand new. When I joined the firm, California had just, come, the CCPA had just come into effect, which is like the pioneer privacy law in the States. And what I recognized really early on was there wasn't going to necessarily be a partner out there who could do it better than I could. That I was able to kind of come into this even playing field and really build this depth of expertise really, really quickly by paying attention to this space that was moving really quickly. And so I kind of recognized the same thing with Ilona when I saw this, and I saw her, really this really innovative approach of a law firm just bought an AI startup. Like, what is that? That's really interesting. Growth mode. I kind of saw it as a similar opportunity of, hey, everybody's doing this for the first time, and I want to be in the room where it happens. So let me go.
Oh, we're going to go Hamilton here?
We're going to go Hamilton right here. I would go to conferences every year as a practitioner and feel a little bit left out of the fun, right? There's fun in the law, of course, but I wasn't part of the business strategy. I was giving the advice to my clients and not seeing where it then went. And so that was really the piece for me. When I saw Ilona, I approached her in an event, and I just started asking questions of, what are you doing? What is your plan? And how can I help? Is there anything about my area of expertise that I can bring to you? And what can you bring to me? And, her and I just got to talking, and the rest is history.
So I'm going to do a little Hamilton for us, right?
Okay.
Right in the middle of all this.
All in the middle.
Let's see if we can get a little.
Mr. Mercer. And did you hear the news about good old General Mercer? No. Claremont Street? Yeah. They renamed it after him. The Mercer legacy is secure. Sure. All he had to do was...
I want to be in the room where it happens.
I want to be in the room where it happens. And this is the room where it happens.
So for your Hamilton fans, you might recognize the soundtrack here. Do you think they do?
I hope so.
Do you got it, right?
Of course I did.
Smile, do whatever it takes to get my plan on the
All right. Well, I didn't get exactly the right clip that I wanted to there, but
We'll
but
get it.
It was a thought that counts.
Being young, scrappy, and hungry, right?
Yeah,
like
that's what
that's
it's
the
all
name
about.
of the game. So just because you're a first year, a second year, or a third year doesn't mean that you don't have something that you can bring to the team.
So in closing, just walk me through the emotion again for those that are like they're a little bit nervous or anxious about doing that. Were you nervous and anxious when you approached her?
Of course I was.
Talk to me about that.
Of course I was, but honestly, everybody is, right? And I think as you get more senior in your career, you realize that not that everybody's just kind of making it up as they go along, but that's where the opportunity is, right? Like the place to go into those things that scare you a little bit and to get in those rooms where you're asking the questions. And that's something about this community I found so surprising because in law, obviously as a privacy lawyer, right? Confidentiality, kind of keeping strategy tight-lipped, kind of trying to figure that out without exposing too much information, right? This opportunity is one where the field has to go together, where we all go, where one goes, all goes. And so recognizing that and kind of diving into that and embracing the, do it scared, that was kind of the thing. That's been my mantra for this year. Just do it scared.
I love that. I spoke with Stephen Dooley a little while ago and Philip Price before that, and they both echoed what you were saying, which is if you're playing it safe, then you're not on the court. So what I like to say is you've got to get on the court, and it doesn't matter what your game is, right? It doesn't matter what level your game is. If you're not playing, if you play with people better than you, right? Whatever it is, whether it's golf, tennis, volleyball, baseball, basketball, pick the sport, right? Gymnastics. If you're playing with people that are better than you, they are going to lift your game.
You never want to be the smartest person in the room. That's not a room I'm interested in being in.
You can't be. There's just too much to know these days. And so it's this
Absolutely.
collaboration of putting one and one and one and one together and getting 10. But I do want to encourage you, if you're listening, is to take that risk, get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
Right? Like everybody's uncomfortable, no matter who you are and where you are at the top, right? Even the top is uncomfortable, pressing and pushing, and that's where growth comes from.
Yes.
And so thank you so much for sharing your origin story and that and the courage that it took to say, pick me.
Pick me, choose me.
I don't know, but I want to be picked and I want to make a contribution. I want to bring value.
I want to be in the room where it happens.
Melissa, thank you so very much.
Thank you so much.
If you enjoyed this show, be sure to give us a like and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere else you get your shows. And if you want to take your career from now to next, never eat alone.